So now let's synchronize all my videos. I have recorded the same situation with several sources, and I will select my 3 tracks. There may be many more. Then right-click and select Synchronize Clips. Now you can rename your synchronized plan. Final Cut will use the audio from all the sources to do the synchronization. So you can choose a custom setting, but you can also choose the automatic settings. This process is quite fast, but it can be slower. You have to try to let it go until the end. If the automatic synchronization doesn't work with all the tracks, let's try with less tracks. Now you can see your synchronized clip on your file browser. It appears with the icon link. Double click and it will open in the timeline. Now I check if my tracks are well synchronized. So I start reading my clip with what is called the skimmer, the red bar, and with the key space on my keyboard. I only see one view. I just see the layer on the top. So press the V key on your keyboard and you will be able to validate and invalidate some tracks. I also can use the sound bar in the clips to turn the sound down or up to check the synchronization. Let's see an example.
Let's see how to make my first
We hear that the two are well synchronized. I will continue with my other tracks. And then you can see that the lip sync is good, so my sources are all 3 synchronized. Now I want to define the beginning and the end of my event. So let's see how to do this. I want the beginning before the so. I can use the arrow on my keyboard to move frame by frame to define the beginning of my clip. With the key M of my keyboard or in the menu mark, I can add a marker. I change the scale of my timeline to see all my elements. Now on the Tools menu, I can choose the blade or with my keyboard the key B. And now I can blade all my clips where I have put my marker. And now I select back the selection tools with A as arrow or in the Tools menu. For the end of my project, I can generate black when, for example, on the first track there is not enough content. I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to put a marker with the M key on my keyboard and I'm going to cut all my tracks at the same time. I press the B key while holding down the Shift key on my keyboard and you can see that I have a double blade and that way I cut all my clips at the same time. I select the clip I have cut and I delete it with the delete key of my keyboard. You can see in the background a black line. So in Final Cut there is the main storyline, and if you delete a clip in this main storyline, it will delete all the tracks associated. So let's create our first editing project.